My beloved child, the silence around you right now holds a strange weight. Something in the air is shifting. Something rare. Something intense. Something that feels as if the world itself is preparing a moment that will change the direction of your path without asking you, without warning, without pause. The night just before November 14th carries a deep stirring energy, and that energy is moving toward you with its slow, trembling footsteps. It is creating a feeling that you cannot fully describe, but you can feel it tightening inside your chest. You can feel an invisible hand pushing you to pay attention. You can sense that something is forming in the unseen layers of destiny. It is not loud. It is not chaotic. It is calm in a way that shocks the heart. And that calmness hides a message you were not meant to avoid. The message holds emotional weight. The message holds truth that cannot be escaped. The message holds a shift that you will soon understand in ways you did not expect. The universe whispers that this moment is the biggest punishment for you, not because of guilt, not because of karma, not because of wrongdoing, but because the universe wants you awakened, sharpened, lifted, and realigned with something far greater than the comfort you have known. And this punishment arrives wrapped in the event of November 14th, where someone is about to leave you for something you cannot imagine yet. Another dawn rises over your spirit, and in this dawn, the air carries a slow vibration that settles into your bones. You feel it even when you try to ignore it. You feel it even when you try to distract yourself. The vibration does not stop. It does not soften. It holds you like a silent reminder that your timeline is being rearranged. On November 14th, the person who has been part of your world, part of your heart, part of your story, part of your inner landscape, begins to drift out with a reason that you will only understand later. This moment will shake you. This moment will feel heavy. This moment will hit you in a place you believed was protected. But this moment is not here to break you. It is here to build you in a way you never expected. Destiny uses strange methods, and this is one of its strongest ones. A new wave begins in your life the moment a small sign appears from the universe. This sign may come through numbers. It may appear as 333 or 3,333 or even 33,333 flashing somewhere you never expected. It may show up in subtle places. Digital screens. Receipts. Timers. Street lights. These numbers appear not to warn you but to strengthen you. They appear to remind you that even in the punishment, blessings are hidden. Even in the leaving, protection is present. Even in the emotional impact, a rebirth waits behind the curtain. The universe will never take without giving something deeper in return. The universe will never shake you unless it is preparing you for a higher path. The story begins to thicken as November 14th gets closer. The energy becomes sharper. The silence becomes heavier. The intuition inside you begins to tap your heart with gentle pressure. You can feel that something is reaching its conclusion. And conclusions always bring emotional noise. You may start remembering moments. Conversations. Little signs. Little behaviors. Little emotional shifts from someone around you. You may realize that something was slowly changing long before this moment. You were not wrong to sense it. You were not wrong to feel the distance. You were not wrong to feel the emotional cracks forming beneath the surface. The universe does not hide these things forever. When the time comes, everything moves into the light. And the light arrives on November 14th, bright enough to expose what has been quietly unfolding. A new voice enters your timeline. A voice from destiny. A voice that is not human but energetic. This voice comes through synchronicities. Through sudden thoughts. Through unexpected clarity. This voice says that this departure, this leaving, this emotional shift that feels like punishment, is actually a redirection. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to remove something that has been slowing you down. Something that was draining you. Something that was cluttering your emotional field. Something that was blocking your manifestation power. You are not losing anything. You are being prepared for alignment. You are being prepared for opportunity. You are being prepared for emotional maturity. The universe removes first and replaces second. You stand right now in the removing stage. It feels heavy. It feels intense. But this is the sculpting phase. This is refinement. This is preparation. Another page in your life opens with a long stretch of emotional tension. You wake up feeling pressure in your chest. You wake up feeling something shifting in your intuition. You may not understand it, but you cannot ignore it. This pressure is not fear. It is spiritual movement. The universe is closing a chapter that has overstayed its purpose. And that closure begins when someone walks away. Someone who was part of your cycle but not part of your destination. Someone who played a role but cannot continue into the next level with you. This is where the punishment feels sharp. This is where the heart feels heavy. This is where emotions feel overwhelming. But this is also where the universe steps in with invisible protection. Another moment begins, and this moment is wrapped in transformation. You sense that something inside you is being reborn. You can feel your emotional system cracking open. You can feel your old patterns dissolving. You can feel new energy rising. You do not need to fight it. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to fear the shift. Everything is rearranging itself exactly as destiny requires. The leaving that happens on November 14th is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you are entering a new frequency. People who cannot match that frequency will naturally fall away. This is the truth. This is the universal law. This is the transformation that many people never accept, but you are being guided to understand it deeply. A deeper wave of energy forms around your soul. You may feel emotions rising unexpectedly. You may feel memories returning. You may feel sensitivity increasing. These emotional waves are part of the spiritual cleansing that precedes a new beginning. The universe is washing away attachments that no longer serve you. The universe is clearing your emotional space. This cleansing appears like punishment because it comes through loss. But loss is an illusion. Only misalignment is removed. Only exhaustion is removed. Only emotional heaviness is removed. You are not losing. You are transforming. Another layer opens. You begin to feel lighter even though the situation feels heavy. This is the soul's understanding waking up. This is the inner wisdom rising. You are starting to recognize that this moment is shaping you. It is strengthening you. It is preparing you. The universe always builds the strongest hearts through silent tests. And this test arrives through someone leaving on November 14th. That departure will feel cold. It will feel unexpected. It will feel like a cut. But it is actually a release. It is the universe saying that you deserve a cleaner path. You deserve deeper love. You deserve stronger alignment. You deserve better energy. You deserve an upgraded destiny. Another blessing number appears in your path. Maybe 333. Maybe 3,333. Maybe 33,333. These numbers remind you that angels guide this shift. Divine forces protect you. Higher spirits lift you. You are not alone in this moment. Your journey is watched. Your heart is guarded. Your path is protected. These numbers appear at the exact moment your energy drops. They appear when you start feeling uncertain. They appear when doubt tries to enter. They appear to remind you that the universe never leaves you without support. Another part of your destiny begins unfolding in slow motion. You feel your inner voice getting louder. You feel your intuition becoming more accurate. You feel your emotions slowly settling. This is the beginning of the rebuilding phase. After November 14th, your energy will shift into a new rhythm. This rhythm will push you toward new people, new opportunities, new clarity, new emotional peace. Nothing from your past will hold the same power. Nothing from your past will control your emotions anymore. Nothing from your past will drain your energy again. The universe is cutting the threads that held you back. Your spirit enters a new level of self-respect. You learn that your heart is not fragile. You learn that your soul is not breakable. You learn that your emotions are stronger than you ever realized. You rise above pain. You rise above attachment. You rise above loss. You rise into maturity. This rising is the true purpose of the so-called punishment. Growth is never soft. Growth is sharp. Growth is demanding. Growth stretches you. Growth challenges you. But growth transforms you into someone unshakable. Another moment arrives. You begin to understand that the person leaving on November 14th was not meant to stay. Their presence served its chapter. Their role served its purpose. Their energy served its timing. But their continuation was not written in your soul's long-term blueprint. When destiny says enough, everything that clings begins to fall. This is not betrayal. This is redirection. This is not cruelty. This is alignment. This is not abandonment. This is transformation. You step into clarity that feels like cool air after a long storm. You start breathing easier. You start thinking better. You start recognizing your value. You start understanding that your energy is sacred. You start realizing that you deserve consistency. You deserve stability. You deserve loyalty. The universe removes people who cannot give you these things. It removes people who cannot respect your heart. It removes people who cannot walk beside you with sincerity. This removal feels like punishment, but it is divine protection disguised as pain. Time moves differently now. You feel yourself becoming stronger each day. You feel peace entering slowly. You feel your heart healing quietly. You feel new doors opening. You feel new opportunities aligning. You feel the universe pushing you toward a brighter destiny. You do not resist it anymore. You trust it. You accept it. You allow it. Because you finally understand that the punishment was not punishment. It was preparation. It was correction. It was elevation. Your soul now stands in a new season. A season where you choose yourself. A season where you grow without fear. A season where you walk with confidence. A season where you build without hesitation. A season where you rise without stopping. The universe has cleared your path. The universe has aligned your timeline. The universe has shaped your destiny. And now you are ready. A deeper silence follows you into the next phase of your journey. This silence is not empty. It is full of layers. Full of meaning. Full of quiet transformation. You begin to feel an inner stretch that reaches beyond your past limitations. Your soul starts expanding. Your awareness grows wider. Your senses sharpen. You feel the universe pulling you forward with a gentle but undeniable force. The emotional weight from the person leaving on November 14th begins to settle into understanding. The first wave hurt. The second wave stung. The third wave opened space. And now that space is preparing itself for new energies that match your vibration. The universe removes in order to replace. You stand now at the moment between removal and replacement, and this moment is the most powerful moment of all. A soft glow begins to return to your spirit. It does not arrive fast. It does not arrive loudly. It flows into your life like warm morning light entering a cold room. Slowly, steadily, gently. You begin to sense that something new is approaching. Something meant for your soul. Something aligned with your purpose. Something designed for your growth. You can feel it even if you cannot name it. This is the blessing hidden inside the punishment. This is the reward hidden inside the release. This is the new chapter rising behind the curtain of the old one. Another shift happens inside your emotional field. You start noticing things you once overlooked. You start sensing the strength in your silence. You start recognizing your own resilience. You start feeling a new level of peace forming in your heart. The universe is rebuilding you with invisible hands. Every moment that once felt heavy now becomes a stepping stone. Every memory that once felt painful now becomes a lesson. Every emotion that once felt confusing now becomes clarity. This is the transformation the universe needed you to experience. Another blessing number appears in your path. Maybe 333 glows on your screen again. Maybe 3333 appears while you are deep in thought. Maybe 33,333 flashes as if the universe itself wants your attention. These numbers remind you that you are on the right path. They remind you that what feels like loss is actually alignment. They remind you that the universe never removes someone without preparing someone better. They remind you that your timeline is protected by forces you cannot see. The energy around you begins to clean itself. Old attachments fall away. Old fears dissolve. Old insecurities fade into the background. You begin to feel lighter. You begin to feel stronger. You begin to feel free in ways you have not felt in a long time. This freedom is the gift that comes after the emotional storm. And this storm was necessary. The person leaving on November 14th cleared the air around your soul. They removed a weight you did not notice. They freed space you needed. They opened a doorway you never would have walked through alone. Destiny guided the moment. Destiny shaped the event. Destiny knew what your heart needed long before you understood it. A quiet transformation grows inside your character. You speak differently. You think differently. You move differently. You choose differently. You start appreciating yourself more. You start valuing your peace more. You start protecting your energy more. The universe is shaping a stronger version of you. A wiser version. A calmer version. A more powerful version. This version will create a better life. This version will attract better people. This version will manifest deeper blessings. Another rise begins within your destiny. You feel a new strength gathering inside you like a wave preparing to lift. You may not understand everything yet, but you understand enough. You understand that life is not breaking you. Life is building you. You understand that destiny is not punishing you. Destiny is polishing you. You understand that the universe is not leaving you. The universe is leading you. You understand that November 14th was not an ending. It was a turning point. You enter a new emotional landscape. The colors feel different. The air feels different. The energy around you feels different. Everything begins to realign. Your heart steps into a more balanced rhythm. Your mind becomes clearer. Your intuition grows sharper. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to trust the universe. You begin to trust the timing. Everything starts moving in a flow that matches your soul's direction. Another moment of realization dawns on you. You begin to understand that the person who left was part of your past, not your future. Their presence was temporary by design. Their role was limited by destiny. Their absence is necessary for your next level. You no longer carry resentment. You no longer carry confusion. You no longer carry emotional heaviness. You carry clarity now. You carry truth now. You carry strength now. A new season begins to stretch before you. This season carries opportunities. This season carries new connections. This season carries deeper healing. This season carries emotional maturity. This season carries blessings waiting to unfold. The universe has cleared the path. Every step you take now holds purpose. Every choice you make now shapes your future. Every moment moving forward builds the life you deserve. You rise from the emotional shift with a new perspective. You stand taller. You breathe deeper. You move forward with confidence. You no longer fear endings. You no longer fear change. You no longer fear loss. Because now you understand that nothing truly leaves your life unless something better is written ahead. The universe already prepared it. The universe already aligned it. The universe already shaped it. Your next chapter is rising. Your new energy is forming. Your destiny is opening. And now you are ready to receive it. Another gentle shift unfolds in the invisible layers around you. The energy that once felt heavy now begins to settle into a steady rhythm. This rhythm carries a quiet truth: you have crossed the most intense part of the emotional impact. You have walked through the deepest part of the transformation. You have survived the phase that felt like a punishment. Now you enter the stage where the universe begins to rebuild you with a softer touch. The chaotic waves have already passed. Only the calm waves remain now, shaping your spirit into something more grounded, more aware, more aligned. You can feel this shift even if you cannot describe it aloud. It sits in your chest like a warm ember, glowing quietly, reminding you that your journey is not breaking you. Your journey is strengthening you. Another subtle transformation forms inside your thoughts. You begin to notice how much clarity has entered your mind after the emotional storm. You begin to understand patterns you once ignored. You begin to see truths that were once hidden behind emotion. You begin to recognize the difference between what you want and what you deserve. This recognition brings a new sense of control. You are no longer driven by confusion. You are guided by wisdom now. Your decisions no longer come from emotional weakness. They come from inner authority. This growth is the real gift hidden inside the moment of loss. Another wave of inner strength rises as you realize that the person who walked away on November 14th did not break your story. They simply exited a chapter that no longer belonged to them. Their presence was temporary. Their energy was limited. Their purpose was completed. You no longer crave explanations. You no longer feel emotional chaos. You simply accept that life has seasons, and some people exist only in certain seasons. You release them with grace. You release them with emotional maturity. You release them because your soul already understands that holding on to what has ended only slows your destiny. Another form of light enters your path, and this light comes in the shape of new realizations. You begin noticing that your energy feels lighter. Your breathing feels easier. Your thoughts feel cleaner. These are not random experiences. These are signs that the universe is cleansing the emotional residue left behind. This cleansing happens in silence. It happens slowly. It happens without effort. You simply wake up one day and realize your heart feels different. It feels calmer. It feels stronger. It feels less reactive. This is emotional evolution. This is inner rebirth. This is spiritual expansion. Another layer of strength grows inside you as you acknowledge your resilience. You survived something that once felt unbearable. You walked through a moment that once felt crushing. And now you stand on the other side of it, not weaker, but wiser. Not damaged, but awakened. Not broken, but reborn. This rebirth brings a quiet power into your presence. You carry yourself differently. You speak with more intention. You breathe with more confidence. Your energy begins to shift into a higher frequency, and this frequency attracts better people, better experiences, and better alignment. Another blessing number may appear again, perhaps 333 glowing at the corner of your vision, or 3333 appearing when your heart feels reflective. These numbers act like cosmic confirmations. They arrive not as signs of worry, but signs of completion. They tell you that the hardest part is behind you. They tell you that the universe is proud of your strength. They tell you that everything ahead of you carries a new level of grace. These numbers are reminders that divine protection surrounds you like an invisible shield. Another wave of emotional clarity enters your soul. You begin to understand that the event of November 14th was not designed to hurt you. It was designed to free you. It was designed to remove you from stagnation. It was designed to lift you out of emotional repetition. You were never meant to stay in the same patterns forever. Growth requires shifts. Growth requires endings. Growth requires transitions. You are not the same person you were before. Your soul has expanded. Your heart has matured. Your destiny has shifted onto a new track. Another moment of inner peace arrives as you continue to accept the flow of your life. You understand that everything aligns exactly when it should. Nothing happens too early. Nothing happens too late. The timing of November 14th was precise. It was chosen by the universe long before you ever felt the first emotional stir. Every detail of your journey has been guided. Every step has been watched. Every shift has been supported. You walk forward now with a calm acceptance that life is moving you towards something greater. Another opening forms in your path. This opening leads you toward opportunities you once overlooked. These opportunities may appear small at first, but they hold enormous potential. They carry new connections, new experiences, new levels of fulfillment, new sources of joy. You begin to feel that life is expanding for you now, not contracting. You begin to sense that abundance is approaching. You begin to understand that your next chapter will not mirror your past. It will surpass it. Another rise begins in your inner world. You feel your confidence growing. You feel your worth becoming non-negotiable. You feel your boundaries becoming stronger. You feel your heart becoming more selective with its energy. You finally recognize your importance. You finally understand your value. You finally step into the version of yourself that was always meant to exist. This version does not chase. This version does not fear loss. This version does not collapse under emotional pressure. This version stands firm. Another wave of peace spreads across your life. You begin practicing emotional stillness. You begin choosing calm over chaos. You begin choosing clarity over confusion. You begin choosing growth over stagnation. These choices will shape your destiny in powerful ways. They will open new doors. They will attract better relationships. They will bring deeper fulfillment. You move forward with steady intention, guided by the quiet wisdom the universe placed inside you. Another transformation begins to complete itself within your spirit. You look at your past with neutrality. You look at your present with gratitude. You look at your future with anticipation. Your energy rises. Your faith strengthens. Your path opens. You are finally ready to enter the chapter that was waiting for you long before November 14th ever arrived.